Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today, I'm going to go over my box that I am going to take for smallmouth. We're going to go to a lake fishing for smallmouth bass. This is the box that I'm going to take. Now, this is packing light, right? Just like the other video. I'm trying to show you guys that you can pack light to go fish for a species on a new body of water. This is the box that I would pack for myself because I have the most confidence in these baits. Now, this might change for everybody else depending on the confidence that they have fishing for smallmouth. Everybody's going to have confidence in different baits when they fish for smallmouth. Just make sure to include those baits when you go out and when you make a box similar to this. Now, why would I make a box like this? Well, just like the other video I described, I would make a box like this if I'm going to go out fishing on a buddy's boat, and if I'm going to, if I'm limited on space. Say I got a backpack and he doesn't have much space in his boat to store things, so I'm not going to bring a bunch of boxes. I'm not going to bring 10-15 boxes of these. I'm going to bring this. I might bring, if I've got a backpack, I might bring a few boxes, if I'm not lying. But I'm going to show you guys, you can catch a lot of fish, a lot of smallmouth on one box here, and maybe a few 3 to 4 different rods. But you know, I'm not going to talk much about rods in this one because the spectrum for rods, you know, it's the range is so wide, you know, for, you know, everybody's preferences of what they want to throw baits on. So I mean, like line, reel type, you know, rod type, you know, you got your powers. So, I mean, everything can change like really drastically from person to person, bait to bait, lake to lake. So I'm not going to talk much about rods, but in this box, for me, I can throw all these baits on approximately 4 different rods, give or take, 3 to 4. Okay, so try to stick to that amount if you're going to go and fishing in a buddy's boat, because you don't want to bring too much stuff, and you just don't want to be that guy. I've been that guy. it's kind of funny, but you get made fun of, okay? And it's okay. But when you are that guy, you have too much stuff to go through. You don't even touch 90% of it, right? So bring the stuff that you know that you are going to touch, and the things that you have confidence in, and you're gonna do just fine, trust me. So in this box, I have included a couple of things that I don't use very often, but I do know that do work. And 99% of the stuff, I should say 90%, maybe 90% of the stuff that I have in this box, I've caught a lot of fish off of. So first thing I'm going to do is we're going to jump into this box, and we're going to start off with worms. Now, first thing I'm going to tell you guys is, just like the other video, I like wacky worms. So here we go. You get a wacky worm tool. You just slide the worm into this end here. You slide the ring out on top of the worm. Pull the worm out. You're good to go. Don't forget your wacky worm tool. Here is the ring that I use right there. It's the mustard ring. You can hook it through right here for wacky. You can hook it like this way for like the Nico rig. And with that said, so maybe not with that said, first of all, I'm going to go through the colors of the worm. So this is a cinnamon color from Guggen Baits. I also have it's like a watermelon pepper color from Guggen Baits, something a little bit brighter. That's what I'm looking for. And then I have a green pumpkin color. Now, other than those, the other colors I'm looking at are, I'm looking at a pink color, bubblegum. This bubblegum color, it's a killer sometimes during the springtime. And I've seen the smallmouth just crush the snot out of this thing. So this is definitely going to be in there. And then we have another color that's kind of similar. So this is pink, but it's more like a translucent pink. So this is going to be a little bit more on clearer bodies of water. This thing just, it gets bit. It's kind of like on the same spectrum as the green pumpkin color. Yeah, I know they're different colors, but check it out. I mean, like, it's just the colors that are like the flakes that are in there. This has got some silver flakes and stuff. It's just, I don't know why. I really don't know why, but it just really gets bit. So those are going to be my colors for the stick baits. And just like in the other video, for those stick baits, the hooks are going to be the VMC #1 finesse hooks. And it has a little plastic keeper there, but that doesn't really mean a whole lot to me. It's the Finesse Nico hook, and I use this for the my wacky worms and for my Nico rigs, my Nico worms. They work really good. I have a ton of success with them. I rarely lose fish on those hooks. I can't tell you why, other than the fact that they're sharp. They're sharp, and I rely on them very well. The other thing I'm going to use are the VMC Nico weights. Like I said in the other video, I'm going to use 1/8 ounce Nico weights, and if I need to go to it down to 16 ounce, I'm going to snip it in half, insert the weight into the worm, good to go, right? There we go. So that covers the worms on that part. Let's go into the swim baits. So I'm going to take out a couple of swim baits here. And we got, so here I'm showing you the boot tail, and instead of the 4.8 like in the other video, these are 3.3s. Well, here's another one right here. So we got a white, and we got like a it's like a chartreuse, a chartreuse clear, like translucent chartreuse color swim bait. Both of these I get bit on very well for smallmouth. They work very well for me, and what I'll do is I will pair those with the VMC Boxer jig heads, 1/4 ounce jig heads, right here. So we got, I'll use the white or the chartreuse jig head for, where's this other jig head at? Here we go. I'll use this one for the white, and then I will use the gray or the lead color jig head for the other colors, every other color actually, and it works out great. I have zero issues with it, and I catch a ton of fish on them. They work out really good. Next bait we're going to go through is the Duratec Ned Minnow. Here we go. Got the bait right here. Now about 3 inches long. Look at this. It's like the Z-Man baits. Very stretchy. All right, so you really only need like a couple of these, especially if you're going out on a pond or you're going on anybody's boat. These aren't going to get cut off very easily unless you run into a pike that just snips them right down the middle of the body. But I've got a couple of different colors here. Got something that's a little bit bright, some natural colors, and we got a green pumpkin color here too. So that's going to cover a pretty good part of the spectrum, and I'm going to put those on a Ned head jig. And the one I'm going to choose that I'm going to put it on is by Heavy Metal Tungsten. It's a 2-aught mushroom head jig head. These guys right here. All right, so that's what I'm going to use for that, and that's actually going to be the same Ned head I'm going to use for some of the other Ned rig style baits, because there's a couple other Ned rig style baits. Now the thing is with smallmouth is small baits are very effective for them, so there's going to be a lot of Ned rig style baits that are going to work out very effectively. Now I get it, a lot of these baits are, could be, supplemented for so many other kind of baits. I mean, just use what you guys are most competent in, and that you catch the most fish with. But this is what I catch most of my smallmouth with, and I have most confidence in. So just keep that in mind. This box is great for me. Maybe it's a good starter box for anybody, but it's great for me. But if you have had some experience catching smallmouth in the past, and you see a bait out of here that doesn't work for you, but you know something that you can, you know, replace it with, do it. Do it without hesitation. Do it right away. So with the net heads, the net style baits in mind, I am going to not shift gears, but I am going to go to a different plastic, still net head. So this is the Guggen rattling Ned. It's got the rattle in it. Mud minnow, got black flash, and green pumpkin. PB&J. I love those colors for smallmouth. Love those colors. The goby colors are still pretty good too, but in my area I don't have a lot of gobies, so I don't really get into a lot of goby colors. They do still work, though. I will give them that. And with that, so that's going to seal the deal pretty much on this box for the nethead style baits. I'm going to go to the drop shot style baits. You can still use those net heads for on drop shots, like the rattling neds. You can use them on drop shots. They are actually very effective on as a drop shot bait. The same thing goes for, you know, the Savage Gear Ned swim baits here. So those still work out very well as drop shots. This little drop shot worm here, this little 4-inch drop shot worm here by Guggen Baits. You know, it doesn't have to be by Guggen Baits. You can use the same one. You can use the same style of drop shot worm from any other company, but my favorite color is what I'm getting after. The color is it's watermelon red. So it's like a green pumpkin with a red flag. That is the color that is good, that I've caught a lot of smallmouth bass off of on a drop shot. The other drop shot bait. Now this is a big one for me. So this is one where I've caught a lot of smallmouth, and I've caught some 5-pound smallmouth off of this drop shot bait. So definitely has proven itself to me. And it's actually a drop shot bait I didn't think I was going to catch this big a smallmouth on. I just threw it because I know what they're eating, and I just figured this would catch the most fish. Well, it didn't just catch a lot of fish, it caught some big fish. Look at how big. I mean, like, that thing's it's only like 3 inches. It's like a 2.5 inch. It's a 2.5 inch Savage Gear 2.5 Ned craw. Now it's super stretchy. So I mean, look at that. This thing. Not only does this thing catch fish, but it's gonna last a long time. I went a whole summer on a half a package of these things. The reason why I had to get new baits is because I caught a couple of pike and some walleye, mostly walleye actually. That their teeth like cut up the bodies. So these also catch walleye. I mean, can you believe it? It's such a small craw. The other thing that, you know, it kind of depends on is the size of the craws that are in your body of water. If that's what they're feeding on, that's what they're gonna eat, right? I mean, they're gonna eat that for sure. So this is my biggest producer on a drop shot for smallmouth. Is this little Savage Gear Ned craw. There's a lot of other like craws out there, craw style baits that will still catch a ton of fish. So I mean, use the one you're most confident in. But I really like this one because of the plastic. You know, Savage Gear is called Durtech plastic, super stretchy. So I mean, Z-Man has their Elastec plastic. That's their stretch plastic. This Savage Gear is Durtech. Awesome little craw. Love this little craw. All right, so next thing I'm going to jump into. You know what? First, before I jump into anything else, with my drop shot baits, I am always throwing. Sorry. You can't see it, but my box tipped over. My drop shot baits, I'm throwing the exact same worm, or sorry, not worm, sorry, the exact same hook as I'm throwing for my Wacky rig stick baits. And that is the BMC Finesse Nico. I'm throwing the exact same hook, number one, and I am using about a 12 to 18 inch leader with a 3/8 ounce cylinder drop shot weight from Heavy Metal Tungsten. I just filled up this bag. I've got a bunch in here already. You can see that I got a bunch in there already, and I just reloaded because these are the ones I use the most. This is what I use the most, and I love having a heavier drop shot style weight, because my thing is I can just pitch it out there and it's gonna drop real quick. It's gonna get me down there faster. It's gonna get me down to the strike zone faster. That's what I'm looking for. All my drop shot baits, I'm starting off with a 3/8 ounce cylinder weight with a number one VMC Nico finesse hook. All right, so now we're gonna go into the tube baits. Now I just started getting into tube baits in the past couple of years, so I don't have like a super ton of experience with them, except for the fact that I've watched them flurry over a tube bait that was just below the boat. And that happens to be with these here. So this is Big Bite Bait tubes. This is a 3.5 inch tube. This is kind of green pumpkin, purple copper flake. And I'll both throw it on. You can throw on whatever green pumpkin or whatever tube jig you got, but my favorite tube jig is by Bite Me. It's the 1/8 ounce tube head with the 3/0 EWG hook. And this thing catches me a ton of fish. I've caught a lot of fish on this rig. And so this hook here is what I'm going to throw a lot of my tubes on. At least for this video, this is the hook I'm going to throw all my tubes on. All right, so keep that in mind. But Big Bite Baits has some really good tubes. I've caught some really good fish on. Now, this isn't gonna catch just smallmouth. You'll catch largemouth on these tubes. So this can be double utilized, which is what I really love about this bait. And they got a ton of different colors. I've got a handful of them already in the boat. But that is one of the colors that I have a lot of confidence in. And you know, you can try some other colors like this smoke red color. I really like that. Use a smoke purple color right here. Smoke purple is a really awesome color for smallmouth bass. So that's another one to try out. No, there's another tube jig to try out. This one's by Savage Gear. Is their Goby Craw. And so this is a little bit lighter color here, but it's got some purple, black, and silver flake in it. This color is phenomenal for smallmouth. It works really good. Got some good smallmouth on it in lakes that I don't have gobies in. Can you believe it? I'm pretty sure it's just a color thing, but these will still work in really well. And I mean, I feel like, I don't know for sure, not first-hand experience, but I feel like these will still work really well in smallmouth lakes that have goby in them. And here's another really good color. So we got green pumpkin with purple flake. Hard to see, but green pumpkin, purple flake. Awesome baits for the tube jigs. This next one is kind of special to me, and I know a lot of people out there who really don't care much about Guggen Squad baits. It's okay. Pretty sure it's just maybe a color thing, but this color Guggen Scout. It's called LG Bone. You know, chartreuse belly, translucent body on the sides, and blue on the top. I'm pretty sure it's a color thing, but I've caught so many fish on this jerkbait. This is the 4 inches. They're a larger version too. I've got a lot of big smallmouth and medium-sized to small smallmouth on this bait too. This is a smallmouth catcher. I can't explain to you why, but I've got caught a lot of smallmouth on this bait, and it is just a hammer for me for a jerkbait. This is a really good one, but I have also the Great North. I don't know if I can say about the Great North, but in the northern Minnesota waters, almost, you know, maybe on the border waters of Minnesota and Canada. This Rapala X-Wrap, I believe it's called Hothead or whatever it is. You can see it. Orange, chartreuse, white belly. This thing got me some pretty good bites up on a couple of lakes up on the border waters there. One of the lakes up in northern Minnesota, Lake Vermilion. When I couldn't get any other bites, this jerkbait was getting a lot of good bites. This one is the XR, I think it's the XR12. Yeah, this is the XR12. Rapala XR12 X-Wrap. Awesome little bait. Now, also, same XR12, but here's a perch style bait. So I find this color really great for tannic colored water up in, you know, those northern Minnesota lakes, and it doesn't have to be up in the northern Minnesota lakes. I mean, this thing will work all over the place. I've caught smallmouth bass on it in the, you know, lakes in like the middle regions of Minnesota too. So this color it's a perch color. So when you have perch in the lake and you're going after some smallmouth bass, this is one that I'm going to throw. Another really good fish catcher. So I've got a few different jerk baits that are going to catch some good smallmouth. Next, we're going to go with some Topwater. And I'm going to start off with some plopper style baits. So what I'm going to do, so this is the Whopper Plop, River to Sea Whopper Plopper 75. There we go, right there. This guy here. Now, when this guy first came out, I dropped a couple of pennies on this one, and that more than what I really wanted to. But I wanted to have this bait for a certain body of water, and it didn't work out the way I wanted to. But after that, I've been throwing it for smallmouth, and you know they've been hammering this bait here too. So this is a perch style, perch colored bait. And there's another one here too, a little bit smaller. This is the 60. Yep, the 60. It's actually quite a bit smaller. Let me show you guys. It's actually quite a bit smaller. So here's the 60, 75, 60. It's actually quite a bit smaller. But this thing is, I've got a lot of bites on this bait, this little bait here. It's not just smallmouth and largemouth. I got some really good, you know, panfish bites too. So this little guy here is River to Sea Whopper Plopper 60F. It's an awesome little bait. So put this in your arsenal too. Those are going to catch you some smallmouth. And obviously some more treble hook baits. You got your poppers, you know. You got your popping style baits. These are Rapala X-Wrap poppers. You know, Rebel makes some really good poppers. Rebel Pop R's. So those are really good too. And then let's just finish off the Topwater baits with some Topwater frogs. So these are some small frogs. I mean, like, look at these frogs. They're super small. So there's my finger. See that? So these frogs, so the bodies of these frogs are only about 1.5 inches, if that. They're probably like 1.5 inches to 1.25 inches. And so the reason why I like the pink, I like the pink for smallmouth, because they just it seems like they just hate that color. I don't know what it is. But I've got some fish off of that one, and if they're not really digging the pink, I'll throw out some of this. I'll throw out this one. This is a Guggen Squad one, another small one, but they're both Guggen Squad frogs. But this is more of a natural color frog, and those are going to get bit as well. All right, next couple of rigs here. I am going to go. Oh, here we go. Here we got jigs. All right, so we got 1/4 ounce jigs right here. So here's a 1/4 ounce swim jig, green pumpkin, and we got a 1/4 ounce swim jig, white chartreuse. What am I gonna throw with those? Well, white chartreuse, obviously what we're gonna do is we're gonna throw the 3.3 on there. 3.3 on there. We're gonna make it compact. I might even trim up the skirt a little bit, and you know, that seems to get me some bites when I'm having a tough day. You know, and with this guy too here, you know, I will throw on like a green pumpkin, or I will throw on throw on this little boot tail here. All right, so that's, I mean, so we got some swim jigs there, and that kind of rounds it out a little bit for us. The next thing, and this is one of my big producers the past couple of years, the bladed jig for smallmouth, bladed jig. So I like the 1/4 ounce green pumpkin with the Hog Farmer Spunk Shad 3.3. Put that on there. Now trim up the skirt a little bit here. Take this extra little bit off from the skirt right there, about an extra inch or so, and that gives you a nice little compact morsel there that the smallmouth love. Not just smallmouth, walleye, pike, largemouth. I mean, this thing catches them all. I love the 1/4 ounce because I can throw it out there and I can slow roll it. I can reel it up a little bit faster too, but I can slow roll it, and I get a ton of bites off of that way. Now, if you want to try a heavier style, I would go from 1/4 to 3/8, and if maybe 3/8 doesn't work well enough for you, go half. But this is what works for me. And I will also throw a white chartreuse, but with the white chartreuse I will throw a white trailer. Same thing with this one here. This is a 1/4 ounce. This one's all white. It's kind of like a shad style white, not pure white, but I'll throw a white trailer on this one as well. And let's see, that's it, guys. That's gonna do it. Now there's quite a few baits that we just went through, and there's a ton more baits that we could be throwing in here that are really awesome for smallmouth. I mean, like, phenomenal. But these are the baits that I'm gonna be throwing for smallmouth that I've had success for in the past, current, and that I feel like I'm going to catch smallmouth bass on in the future. So this is the box that I'm comfortable with. Now, if some of these are something that you guys don't really care much for, but you have a bait that you have confidence in, just swap it out. Like, for example, the jerkbait. You don't like the jerkbait, but you got a different bait, swap them out, good to go. But you can catch a day's worth of smallmouth and have a really good day with smallmouth fishing with just one box. You can fit everything you need to in one box. You don't have to, you know, have a whole boatload of tackle. And I think that's kind of the misconception that some of these videos, and even some of my videos in the past, are giving you guys, is that you don't need to have boxes and boxes of tackle to go out there and catch fish. I have a problem. I have too much tackle. I buy too much crap. But this is just to show you guys, you don't need to buy too much crap. You can just buy what you need, get by, and you can still catch. Have a really good day out there fishing. This is what works for me. Give it a shot. And I have confidence that at least some of these lures will be very productive for you guys. And if not, you know, I'm sorry, but just substitute some of those for some that you have had confidence in and work for you very well. And you'll have a great day out there on the water. So, guys, thanks again for watching. I really do appreciate each and every one of you. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel, and we'll catch you in the next video.